Are you a father who refuses to suffer, refuses to feel his pain, and now your kids are carrying it? Or more so, you're teaching your kids how to not embrace pain and suffering, which, as humans, we all experience. The difference is pain happens, suffering is optional. So suffering is almost like the story on top. Just like you might have a fucking pain in your left knee, and then you put a story on top of all the things that you now can't do, all the things that could potentially go wrong with this now left painful knee. And that's the suffering, and that's a choice. That's optional. You don't have to choose to do that to yourself, but you do. Just what happens. You could just go, oh, it's pain, it's sensitivity, this is what's happening. However, we don't do that. So when it comes to like facing pain and suffering, I believe it's important to create separation. Okay, this is suffering, this is pain. What kind of pain? Is it physical pain? Is it emotional pain? Is it mental pain? Maybe it's spiritual pain, who knows? And then you kind of just sort through the suffering. And, where am I opting into, subscribing to suffering I don't need to, which is creating a whole other layer that doesn't need to be there. And then by doing that, you're modeling to the children that you are willing to face your pain and your suffering in a way in which that is useful, because you now model it energetically, as well as you're mirroring this to them. It's like they have to see, oh, dad's not avoiding his pain, he's suffering. Like, you look at the guy who's fat, body's flogged, and not doing anything about it, so the suffering is, oh fuck, I can't do it, I'm never going to be able to change, or it's too hard, and and continues to eat like shit. The body continues to degrade. Now, the difference between a man that is just sitting there doing that and being the victim is the other guy will go, fuck, there's a problem here, I'm fat and my body hurts. Now I'm going to start to go, oh, I can recognize the story of suffering, but I'm going to choose to face the pain, which is I'm now going to take the action. I'm now going to take the steps necessary to resolve it. Rest in the pain as I am, and now I'm going to act from it. What do I need to do? How do I need to be? And it's easier said than done, obviously. So, I think as men or as fathers, when you have kids, it's like, what are you choosing to do? I think also as well, it's like, choose to do things that are hard, things that increase the chances of suffering or pain. It's like those guys that run 100 miles. Like, fuck, I have put my hats off to them, because it's pretty crazy. Like, running 100 mile, you're gonna put yourself through some pain, right? But then there's the suffering on top. Oh, I can't do it, I need to quit, all that kind of stuff. I'm not a runner, I experience this in surfing sometimes. I'll go paddle out into some bigger stuff, and all the stories start coming in. Not good enough, you're shit, you can't get out there. Look, you're getting flogged, you're stuck, But, I push through all the story, and the pain is, like, your body's in pain. There's a bit of fucking maybe a mental and emotional pain, but I push through and I get out, and then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, the story was almost fake in some sense. It was actually just empty, and I'm feeling the experience with meaning and story and thoughts. So when you model this to your child and your people around you, is you inspire them to face their own pain and their suffering in their own way. It models a willingness and a tenacity to just embrace what is occurring and actually do something about it. Like I said, it's not easier said than done, but there's people doing it. There's people that are literally modeling that. So, Christ, what's a good one? Buddha, another good one. These are people that have taken it to the completion. So that there's a pathway there. So there's nothing really, you can't go, oh, I don't know who to follow, I don't know who to look up to. Plenty of people to look up to, okay? Plenty of fucking people. You just got to take the first best next step. What is the next best first step for you to start to face your pain and inquire into your suffering? You know? Anyway, I'm probably a pretty good model because, 10 years ago, I was just an absolute fucking victim. Just got out of prison. And yeah, there was a lot happening, but I just moved through it. There was a lot of pain and suffering there that I had to sort through to get to a point of just being able to be present, to be able to articulate my thoughts, to even be able to feel. To not need drugs and alcohol and substances to be able to function, to show up in the world, to lots of things, So doing this, for example, I had a lot of stories and suffering just to fucking talk into a camera, retarded. So face your pain, guys. Face your suffering, because on the other side of it, there's a lot of freedom. There's a lot of choice. There's a lot of stillness, a little peace. Doesn't mean you don't not experience suffering and pain. It's still there, but your relationship to it is far different. It's actually a bit of an enjoyment in it. Actually, a bit of bliss, a bit of enjoyment when it arises, because you're like, ooh, something juicy here. So yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoy the video. Until next time.